Hey everyone, today is a very big day because Back to the Future Part 3 came out on this very day, May 25th, 1990. It's been 35 years, believe it or not. That's been a while. The movie looks so beautiful and it has not aged one bit at all. If you guys remember, this was a three-part series in the Back to the Future trilogy, ending with Doc going to the Old West. So let me go at this in brief example for the first movie, Back to the Future. It's turning 40 this year, believe it or not. So Marty McFly and Doc is really the story that behind Back to the Future. Of course, we got in the first one, it all revolves around Marty and his family as he travels back to 1955 and interferes. And so the whole movie, he wants to try to make sure everything works once again that way. He doesn't fade away just like his other siblings, his brother and sister. But also, we don't know that everything was situated. He got everything back in track once again with his mom and dad kissing at the Enchanted Under the Sea dance. And so after the first one, we saw that this long to be continued as Doc came back from the future to the past to help Marty and Jennifer come back with him to the future. And that's where the second one leads off to. And I felt the between these first and second one, as a kid, 4 years seemed like a long time, but it just felt like so ever. So in 1989, believe it or not, they actually put 2 and 3 together. They actually worked on both of these movies together, which I thought was really cool because we got the conclusion in the following year. But before I get there, the second movie actually told us what would happen if someone got a hold of a sports automat. Nice going, Marty. This is Marty's idea of going back in time. He had the bag. He was ready to go back in time and change things and maybe, hey, Doc, can I get some money or something like that? But that's what happened. The whole story focused around that sports automat because the future Biff went to the past of 1955. They hand off that book to him as soon as he turned 18. Things would change for him. And that feature line actually changes as well, too. So the whole movie revolved around that. Once again, fixing the problem of time traveling. That traveling should never actually happen. So the second one, this is when the lightning strike from that clock tower from the first one comes in once again because the lightning strikes Doc's DeLorean time travel. And what does that happen to do? If you guys can remember in the first Back to the Future, one of the first things Doc actually said to Marty that he always wanted to visit was the Old West. So he actually did get it finally in this third installment, heading to the Old West. It's not this way. It's the opposite direction, back to the past. That's what it should be called. No, but there's a good reason. The whole reason Barney went back in time once again to the 1800s to try to bring Doc back after he said in a letter, whatever you do not come back for me. And of course he does. But we have that whole adventure with the Old West, which makes this movie really classic enough to actually feel this is a magical way to close off the series. Why not go back to the West where we don't often see with time traveling actually doing that? That's amazing, I gotta say. And so, yes, once again, we see the beginning of a Biff the Italian family where Mad Dog, oh my gosh, the whole story was beautiful. We got to find out the story at the beginning of McFly Ranch and everything. Oh, man. This story, it wasn't really bright. And this, like the second movie, Marty played multiple parts in this movie just as well, too. I think it's like 1, 2, maybe 3 different characters in this movie, and I think he's so brilliant with that. If you remember the second movie, Marty played, I believe it's 4. Actually, maybe it is 3 different characters as well too. Remember at that dinner table scene in the second one where he was multiple of Michael J. Fox's? That was pretty cool. But anyways, revolving on this third movie, I want to say this is a great year for the 35th anniversary. I'm ready to watch it later tonight as we complete the last one in the trilogy. This whole entire week I've been watching, going back to the first and second one. And now I'm ready to watch it here on its celebration night on its 35th anniversary. So with that being said, I want to say congratulations on Back to the Future turning 35 years old. Wow, it's so incredible. But before I wrap this up, I want to go back to Universal Studios Hollywood. As I was just there over a week ago, I want to show you this display that was really cool to actually see there. I was actually shopping in the gift store in the front of Universal Studios Hollywood, and I came across this model of Marty and Doc together, dressed into the Old West outfits. And of course, the flying DeLorean of the time traveling and back of them. This was an incredible thing to look at. was a lot of money. I wanted it, but that wasn't the case. But once again, happy 35th anniversary to Back to the Future Part 3.